Tonight, from SoFi Stadium in Inglewood, California, it's a special prime time edition of the NFL on EA Sports. We'll see Justin Herbert and the LA Chargers taking on Tagovailoa and the Miami Dolphins.
Night beginning to fall over Southern California, but the lights are shining bright here at the spectacular SoFi Stadium in metropolitan Los Angeles. Coming up, we've got a good matchup on tap between the Miami Dolphins and the Los Angeles Chargers. Dustin Hopkins about set to get us started, and off we go from SoFi Stadium. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. So already not the best of kick returns there, but that penalty, that adds insult to injury and backs him up even closer to the goal line.
Yeah, not ideal field position to begin a drive, is it? Because the extra pressure now goes on the offense. They've got to get some early yards and get away from the shadow of their own goalposts. What every offense wants to do in this situation, get 2 first downs to help out with field position at the least.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Tua getting this out to the flat. Mostert. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Throwing is Tagovailoa on 3rd down here. And oh, that nearly an opening drive INT, but it does fall incomplete. Not the way you wanted to start this ball game as it brings up 4th down.
Well, anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time they were up to the challenge.
Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on 4th down. DeAndre Carter back deep. And a fair catch taken here right at about the 40-yard line. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return, and it'll be Charger football here as they take over. The Charger offense makes its way out for the first time in this ball game, and leading the way, already a star in just his 3rd season, it's Justin Herbert.
It hasn't taken Herbert long to earn the status of one of the league's best and most entertaining passers. He's locked and loaded on every snap, and the second he sees an opening, the ball's soaring downfield. You've got to be on your A game at all times against him. The second you slip up, he's liable to burn you.
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Not a great start dropping his first target, but let's face it, it won't be his last chance because he'll get opportunities to make up for that one throughout this game.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Here's the first carry for Austin Eckler. And some room to roam now. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. That burst good for 20 and a first down. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
First down, and they stick with Eckler. Oh, he faked it with a juke. Now he's got some room. And he goes down at the 26. A pickup of 13, and that last play began at the 13. First down. A couple of nice carries back-to-back here, establishing the ground game a bit.
Yeah, these aren't bare-bones runs now. I mean, they're getting substantial yardage, the kind of yards you're looking for, right? Let's go ahead and use a cliche. Stay ahead of the change, right? Five or more yards each time. That's what you're looking for in setting a tone and getting your offensive line going.
Good sign on the opening drive. Sony Michel, his first carry. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8.
Well, that run right there was an offensive line coach's dream, wasn't it? Guys picked up all of their assignments, created a nice gap for the running back to get through, pick up 7 yards. Yeah, he's probably chortling on the headset right now saying, we got it going, boys. Let's keep it going.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Again, it's Michel. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Well, if they continue to run the football this strong, right up the middle, I don't know if they can wait till halftime to make adjustments. They better find a way to get it done series to series. I don't know if they need to sub some guys out, bring in extra people, maybe change what they're doing on the defensive side of the ball. But right now, they're running the ball very well right at them and right up the middle.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. They'll try the air now with Herbert. And he's going to be dropped back at the 15-yard line. Buried behind the line by Christian Wilkins. And it's never going to take a sack. You really don't want to take one down here in this part of the field down near the red zone.
Not at all, because you're already pretty much assured of a field goal. But you take a big sack, it could push you out of range, and that's why defenses get a little more aggressive in this situation. They're almost conceding the 3 points. They want to push you back and try and take you out of that.
So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14. Herbert will give this one to Eckler. And he'll get 4 there, down to about the 12-yard line. A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. Herbert. He'll get this over the middle here to Palmer. And he will not be able to get the first as he can get this only down to the 5. So the completion good for 7 there. And it'll be 4th down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
Herbert jogs off, and out comes Dustin Hopkins to take this kick for L.A. on 4th down. Hopkins' kick is good. And the Chargers grab themselves a 3-0 lead. So a long drive gets them down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
Following the made field goal for 3, Hopkins now to kick it off. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. So Miami coming out for their second drive. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
And he'll have a Dolphins first down as he's got this up to the 35-yard line. Although his reputation as a speedy runner precedes him, it's always fun to watch him work.
It is eye-opening, isn't it? Because when you see him get the ball and just go, in addition to that speed, it helps out his blockers. They don't have to hold blocks for long because he's just going to speed right past them.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now Tua on the bootleg here. Steps away. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be 2nd down.
So in this case, you'd think the defense would be collapsing to the left side of the field, and they forced him to his left. So he just tucked it away and picked up some yardage.
A good gain on 1st has him set up with 2nd and just a couple of inches now from the 29. Off of play action, Tagovailoa. He'll get this into the hands of Mostert. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8. Three 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Gets it to Hill. It's a jet sweep. And a strong run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 35. That one good for 13 and a Dolphin first down. An excellent run there coming from out wide.
And we used to consider these jet sweeps to be gadget plays or something a little bit unusual, right? But now most teams have some version of this play in their playbook. And I think it's a lot because of the receivers that are being developed nowadays. These running backs, even though they're playing out on the perimeter.
Play action. Now it's Tua. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
Certainly not the way they drew it up in the playbook, but that's why they love this guy back there. He sees things breaking down, and he's more than capable of finding an escape route and still getting a decent gain.
On 2nd down, Mostert. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
On first down, they go with Mostert again. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Consecutive positive runs for him on the last 2 snaps. He certainly appears to be trying to put the offense on his back and just move them down the field when his number is called. The way he's running it, I'd keep going back to him.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Once again, it's Mostert. Oh, he put it on the carpet, a fumble, and picked up by the Chargers. And he'll go down inside the 15 at his own 13-yard line.
This drive didn't end well, but if they can keep stringing these together, they'll like what they're doing. That was an 8-play drive before it ended in a fumble. So the takeaway's got to be doing what we want to do and doing it well. Just got to take care of the ball at the end.
The Chargers get set to go here for their 2nd drive. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it. Forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, That's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material.
Partner, one thing I was lousy at growing up, track and field. I could never anticipate the start before a race, but how about that backer? He figured it out, jumped the count, and turned it into a really nice play for his defense.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Out of the gun, Herbert. Finds the open man. It's Mike Williams. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. A Charger first there as Herbert finds Williams.
Partner, he sold the go route really well. Thought he was going deep, then curled it back inside for a nice completion.
DBs love when they pump the brakes, don't they?
Yeah, that's really a whole lot of fun. It's almost like you said, listen, if you're going to sell the go, just go. And let's see who's faster.
Here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
Running on first down, Eckler. And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, 2nd down. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Second quarter, 2 minutes remain. 3-0 our score. From the 39, Herbert being chased out left. He's got his man. That's Everett, the tight end. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A gain of 32 that time.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for Herbert. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line.
That's what I'm talking about.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes, your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10. This will be caught just inside the 10. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. Second and 4. They could still get a first down without scoring. Play action. It's Herbert. And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, L.A. Gerald Everett from 6 yards away. And the Chargers will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
This is why a lot of play callers love play action in this spot. You just want to freeze the linebackers just for a second. Then you got a chance to get a quick pass into your tight end right behind them for a touchdown.
Dustin Hopkins on now to add the extra point. It's up and good, and that'll increase their lead to 10-zip. So that drive goes 8 plays, and it ends with the Chargers getting into the end zone. The touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The Dolphins taking over now late in this first half. Well, not much time remains here in this first half. We'll see if they can get something out of this drive, at least a field goal. They could certainly use it, down by 2 scores. Tua now on first down. That's caught by his big tight end, Mike Gesicki. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. And a nice gain at 21 yards.
It's a nice zone breaker right there. Take the tight end, move him out to the slot, then have him run a corner route versus the zone coverage, which means he's going to be behind the shallow coverage and ahead of the deep coverage. Put the ball right on him.
A 1st and 10 here, and you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a 1-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost. Meanwhile, Tua's throw is taken in by Waddle. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds.
Here we go, set, yellow, 43.
On play action, here's Tua. And going deep for Hill. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
A deep ball down that right sideline, and he made sure that he put it where either his guy was going to catch it or no one was.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Tua to throw again. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down.
This defense is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
Now the veteran Thomas Morstead on to punt it away. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. The Chargers going to take over here one more time before the half. And with a 2-score lead already, they may just look to get this thing to the locker room. And just 25 seconds to go in the half now as they've got it 1st and 10. From the shotgun, here's Herbert. And that one complete to his receiver, Palmer. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Good work after the catch, gets him 15 and a 1st down. So we have reached halftime with our score 10-0 as we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much, and welcome in everyone to our downtown Orlando studios in this EA Sports Halftime Report. This one has been a hard-hitting affair to this point, and you got to expect we'll see more of the same in the second half. And to bring the action your way, let's get it right back out to Brandon Gott.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. So the Chargers will start the second half with the lead and the football as we're underway in the third quarter. Taken in at the 3. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Chargers getting ready to go here to start this third quarter. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going. So what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. 2nd and 7, operating from the 34. Once more, here's Eckler. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and no more. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
Well, we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Going to throw on 3rd down with Herbert. Trying to force it to Allen, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Eric Rowe.
And the Dolphins are going to take possession of the football.
That is just what this defense was hoping for, an interception on the opening possession of this third quarter.
Obviously didn't want to surrender a touchdown and fall even farther behind, and we've gotten to know this team a little bit, haven't we? Couldn't you just see their defensive leaders telling the offensive guys, telling the quarterback, don't worry, we got you to start things off. You take it from there.
So here are the Dolphins now. They get ready for their first possession of the second half.
And they'll start with great field position, trying to get back into this one. It's 1st and 10 here. A 1st down run there by Mostert as he'll get this forward for a gain of about 3.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Second and 7.
They fake the handoff. Now Tua. Flushed out right. And going deep for Hill. A battle for it, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Nasir Adderley.
And the Chargers are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 7. Well, field goals probably aren't going to cut it at this point. This was touchdown or bust, and unfortunately for them, it turned out to be bust.
Yeah, they're feeling like they've got to force the issue here and maybe take some chances they wouldn't have earlier in the game. But give credit to this defense. They've really stood tall throughout, and they come up with the interception in the end zone.
Here's Eckler to begin the drive. And they work this out past the 25.
61 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
Got to give a nod of appreciation to some of those guys up front over on that left side. Several key blocks sprung him.
No appreciation for the guys from the backside that didn't allow any leakage, and anybody could run him down from the backside.
They're at the kids' table.
Okay, so front side guys good, yeah. Backside guys,
meh.
That's what you're supposed to do?
I've had better.
Okay, either way, worked out quite well, didn't it? A nice sizable gain.
It's Eckler again.
He'll work his way up the middle for a gain of about 4. 2nd down.
Nice chunk of yards on 1st down. It really opens up your options for what you want to do on 2nd. You go right back to him and hope he explodes, or sucker the defense in before throwing over the top.
On 2nd down, Eckler.
And that's going to be good for a Chargers 1st down as he's got this up to the 40-yard line.
Well, Well, that was a unit that understood exactly where the first down marker was, handed it to their guy who could run it, created some space, and he got there.
They'll try the right side with Eckler. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. It's Melvin Ingram on the tackle.
Nice satisfying run on first down for the offense, picking up 5, which means defensively, the thought process is entirely different. You don't want to panic, but at the same time, you're saying to each other, we've got to tighten this down. We can't give up gains like that.
From the 45 on second down. Herbert, that's complete to the tight end, Everett.
And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
5th catch of the game for him there.
Yeah, and the tight end position is now becoming a volume pass catcher. Used to be occasional, right? Safety valve. Throw one to him every so often, but mainly they want him out there to block. Nowadays, an integral part of the passing game, and they create such great mismatches that they often become the leading receiver.
So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 49-yard line. Up the middle with Eckler. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
He's had success on this drive, but not on this play.
Finally, they bowed up defensively. I think they were determined not to let him take it pretty much all the way down the field.
Yeah, it looks like they handled their run responsibilities correctly this time. When we call them run fits, everyone was in the right place.
Eckler going to get it again on second down.
And he'll get this down close to a first down at about the Dolphins' 39. That will go as a pickup of 7 on the 7th play of the drive.
And that's the kind of run that gets everyone excited on offense. And, you know, oftentimes the guys who carry the ball are the ones in the huddle doing the chirping. Right now, I think it's the offensive line telling them, run it again. We are right there about to break a big one.
Herbert on 3rd down now. Got a man. It's complete. It's Palmer. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 29-yard line. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Back now at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood.
It's Charger football, and they've got the lead as well as we begin the 4th quarter. On 1st and 10, Herbert. And hauled in here by Richard Rodgers.
And they're going to get this down inside the 20.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomp down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20.
They go back to the ground now with Eckler. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Herbert now. Out left, he's got it to Everett.
And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line. Well, that's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you going forward. Most of the good quarterbacks, they just tell the ball boy, get that one out of the rotation, give me a fresh ball, and let's go. He's got his offense moving again.
Quick slant complete to Keenan Allen. And the Chargers are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Big hook up there, forced to throw it on third down. The connection's going to keep the drive alive and also keep the clock moving.
Yeah, and from a defensive perspective, didn't get a sack, didn't knock the ball free, didn't break up the pass. The clock keeps running on you. You're in a dire situation now.
A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is first and goal. Now it's Herbert. Escaping the pressure right. Throw right side, complete to Williams. And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on second down. Herbert throwing again. Touchdown, Chargers. Gerald Everett, a beast in the red zone with his second touchdown of the game.
And the Chargers go nearly the length of the field and finish it off with 6 points. And, Charles, they continue to have trouble stopping him as he's into the end zone yet again.
Yeah, that's multiple series now that have ended with him in the end zone. A perfect plan on how to utilize him best when they get in close.
Here's Hopkins now for the extra point. He's got it, and it's 17-0. That one was an extended drive, 14 plays all told. And it winds up with a touchdown for Los Angeles. Touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30. Miami's offense set and ready to go. Well, I hate to say it, but at this point, I don't really know that they're playing to win with this deficit in the fourth quarter. They're just trying to erase that 0 on the scoreboard, Charles, and get some type of momentum to carry into the film session tomorrow.
If you get any type of points on the board, it'll count as a moral victory, although no one will talk about that in the post-game press conference. That's not something you mentioned in the NFL. And this loss, it already stings and will for a while, but everyone on that offense knows it'll sting a lot worse if they don't put some points up on the board.
The escapability in evidence there as that one good for 15 and a first.
After the costly interception late, good job by him to keep it himself that time. Just tuck it, run it, and scramble for the marker. Don't give the coverage another chance at taking it away from you.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Tua sets up to pass it. That one caught by Tyreek Hill.
And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
Nice game there, partner, but you and I both know that won't do anything for the final score. They're not going to win this one. Right now, they're playing for pride and fantasy points.
And just to erase that goose egg, nobody wants to be shut out. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
They'll run the draw with Mostert.
And he's going to be stacked up right at the line of scrimmage. Nothing there for him. Second down. No gain on the play as we have reached the 2-minute warning. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
2nd and 10.
Now Tua. Got a man complete to Cedric Wilson. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 24-yard line. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs.
A 3-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30.
Sebastian Joseph Day breaking through for the sack.
Exactly what they were looking for. They've been giving up yardage. They've been letting them drive right downfield, but they got a sack right there. How about that for a little bit of revenge?
They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry to try again after the sack. Tua gets this one to Hill.
And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line.
That's a good bounce back play right there after taking a sack on first down. Didn't quite get it to the marker, but now they're in a much better spot for a 3rd and short yardage call. If you're the offensive coordinator, you like looking at that section a heck of a lot better than trying to figure out 3rd and long.
Tagovailoa going to try and throw on 3rd down. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
They'll try it now with Mostert.
And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the first. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
Here's Tua. And that is caught. Touchdown, Miami.
Tyreek Hill on the touchdown pass from Tua. And the Dolphins are finally on the board here in the 4th quarter.
I'm not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown they needed, but if I'm on the defensive side of the ball, okay, you got the touchdown, but it sure took you a long time.
Yeah, because offensively there, you're probably hoping for a 1 to 5 play drive. That one ate up a little more time than they were hoping.
You're exactly right, and if you have that 1 to 5 play drive, you actually build up momentum and even more hope. When they had to slog their way downfield, they got the touchdown, but it's almost like, yeah, you know,
doesn't feel right.
Exactly.
Extra point up and good by Sanders, and that'll cut the lead to 17-7. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all.
And it ends with a touchdown pass to Tyreek Hill.
So time definitely not in their favor. Down 2 scores, but they'll try the onside kick. And this is going to be taken in by the Chargers, and it appears they're going to win this football game. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. Now the Chargers offensive unit ready to see what they can do here.
And still 2 timeouts defensively, but even if they choose to use those, 3 kneel downs should be enough to get out of here with a victory.
And that's exactly what's being stated into the head coach's headset. Oftentimes they have a guy upstairs who monitors this at the end of the game. A little clock management 101.
Victory formation time for the Chargers. They take a knee. Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts as they stop it with 22 ticks to go in the 4th. And the defense, they'll spread the field, a dime package here on 3rd and 12. Herbert to a knee, and that should just about write it into this one. On is the punter Scott here as he gets this one away. And they won't risk defending a return here. That one's out of bounds, and it'll be spotted at the 14-yard line. So this one's over. It's in the win column for the LA Chargers. And it was their defense that really paved the way to this victory as they allowed the 1 touchdown, and that was all she wrote.
Almost want to do the defense chant right now, right? Defense with a couple of claps in there, but no one wants to hear that from me. Let's just talk about how they got it done, though. When you take care of every aspect of the game, shut down the run, control the airways, right? Make sure the quarterback is harassed. This type of performance you get. They can't fashion together any offense, no consistency, and they just took control.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gunn. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. Good night, everybody.